All right, so what's up, everyone? We're gonna try a new segment. It's gonna be called "Rolling with Haze." So I'll try to do two a day, and just give me my thoughts on the market and crypto, different topics that I've covered on my Twitter, and then probably a second one will be different sports thoughts. Whether it's commenting on different people's shows, like Jeff Teague's show, Shannon Sharp, and Ocho Cinco show, and then even some other thoughts on other sports shows that are out there, kind of commenting on, for example, when Luca had his triple double, different things like that. But this main one, a couple of topics I definitely want to cover. The first one is OMBs. So, congrats to anyone that even has a green eyes OMB because the floor was 1.6, which was over $100,000. I know a lot of people from Solana were able to take part in that. If you just had one, that's 100,000. I know if you had one, you'll get one gold eye. If you have three, you'll get three gold eyes. So if you have three, you at least have 300,000 right now, which is amazing. If you had six, pretty sure it was six gold, five or six green eyes, one red eye, one blue eye. So you're sitting at easily $1 million, because if the six are 600,000, and then you have one red eye, which currently has been going for 2 Bitcoins, so that's 120,000, and then you have a blue eye, which is over two as well, 120. So you're sitting at 240 at minimum. So you're close to 1 million. Of course, if you sprinkle some others in there, some people have probably two red eyes. So just with that whole culmination, 800,000 to 1 million, you're going to be at. That's one thing I just love to see everyone on the timeline winning with that. Another one is Quantum Cats. Quantum Cats is one that I was a part of. I sold it to get into like 3 different cryptos that I'm hoping can end up flipping. Do at least a 2 to 3x so I can get 2 Quantum Cats. That's kind of the goal with the operation I'm doing right now, especially because everyone's focused on OMBs. So as the price of OMBs continues to rise, people are going to have to liquidate other positions so that they can get into OMBs in the end. And I think that Quantum Cats is going to be one. I think that another one will be Node Monkeys. We've seen the price of Node Monkeys. It hit a high of around 0.89 Bitcoin, and it's dropped to the last price I saw of 0.61, 0.62. I ended up just like flooring one at 0.775. So that's kind of something. With all of that being said, though, when you're doing collection offers or if you're selling, make sure we're paying attention to the mempool, because the mempool will end up letting you know, one, how long your transaction is going to take, when is the best time to send your transaction as well. And not a lot of people understand how important that is too, because if you're not taking part in that, you can miss out on other trades. Bitcoin isn't necessarily the fastest transaction to take place, and that's always been the grief of the grandfather of crypto, just it not being the fastest. Of course, you could send Solana, BNB, other tokens like that, and you will get it almost instantly. Of course, maybe a smidge of friction, but that's kind of one thing that a lot of people don't necessarily know, and I think people need to pay attention in the mempool over there. Kind of switching gears and talking some about Solana, then I'll probably close this up with a couple of cryptos that I'm in, a couple that people should start paying attention to. So the first one is Mad Lads. Mad Lads just hit. If you were able to have a Mad Lad or a Bad Kids, more so Mad Lad, apparently the allocation was around like 16,000 W, and when I saw last, that was around $33,000 of an airdrop you'll get from your allocation of Wormhole, which is a straight W. That's more than what a Mad Lad is. So if you're holding a Mad Lad, you're winning time in and time out, and that's all you can end up asking for as a holder of an NFT. You want to see utility, you want to see use case, and you want to see reason. And that's giving it all to you right there. Mad Lads also is going to be taking Backpack is going to be taking their first snapshot for for any holder or anyone participating in that exchange on March 18th, apparently. And Backpack is probably going to be another W for Mad Lad holders. So you just have to make sure. There are going to be times where people are liquidating everything to get into other NFTs or cryptos. Make sure to hold your conviction plays, because in times like this, you'll notice it's when it does come in handy. You never know if there's going to be random surprise snapshots, random surprise drops, and you don't want to miss out on those different things. So my big thing for everyone is make sure you're holding your Mad Lad. It is going to be worth it. You will make the money tenfold. Clearly, it's showing you that. And I hold a Mad Lad right now. I didn't get any allocation of Wormhole. I probably was just a little bit too late. I had a Bad Kids Club, didn't get it from that either. But yeah, so congrats to those that did get it. D-Gods, I know some D-God holders are frustrated. I was a little disappointed because I took part in the initial Wormhole bridge from Solana to Ethereum, and I was assuming that my wallet would have been eligible back then, but it clearly was not, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, I did get dropped a beautiful amount of jupe. I did get the bonk, the one that was in like the stream fund and everything like that. So I've made money in other ways, and they normally say the ones that are jealous aren't going to end up making anything else. You have to be happy for others, and your time will come. If you do everything and stick to your convictions, you'll be fine in those markets. The one other one, because NFT NYC is coming up, make sure we're all paying attention to Claynosaurus. So Claynosaurus did announce that they're going to be doing some sort of pack drop again at their upcoming event, and that's something that's big. I'll be going to NFT NYC, so hopefully I'll see some of y'all out there, and making sure to pick up a Clayno. I'm probably going to do it because I have a little bit of extra funds lying around. I ended up, how I have the extra funds, I had a Node Monkey. I sold it. I went into a Quantum Cat, and then I went into an R6, sold both of those because I ended up realizing I wanted to be more liquid. And it was a good decision because once OMB dropped their stuff, OMB rocks that chain. People are liquidating to try and get enough funds to get an OMB, at least a green eye. Meanwhile, me, I'll be fine with just holding I'll get a gold eye. I promise you that. I will make sure to get a gold eye somehow, some way. But I have a little bit of extra spare capital just to take part and get a Clayno, see what that's up about. And then hopefully the pack drop is good. No offense to Claynosaurus. I'll probably get a plushie or something, then just sell the Clayno because I want to make sure I have enough liquid. And then everyone knows a lot of NFTs always drop or dump after those NFT events. Not the ordinal ones, I don't think. But NFTs on like Ethereum and Solana will be the ones that kind of dump after the NFT IRL events that do happen. So just keep that in mind, kind of going forward with different NFT events. I went to one 2 years ago, noticed it, saw the one last year, didn't go, but noticed it dropped. And we'll see kind of what happens this year. This will be the third year me seeing how this goes. I know a lot of stuff is supposed to happen at the NFT event, but we'll kind of see what ends up happening, and I'll report back to you on how it all goes down. The final thing I do want to talk about is some cryptos that I've gotten into. So I've been getting leads and talks from people that are saying Popcat is one because there's no real feline cat token that's at the $1 billion market cap. I'm not intending to hold it to $1 billion. I'm curious as to the direction this does end up going. So that's one. Another one that I've heard about is Unitao. I know the whole Tau narrative has been taking off as Tau goes up. I know the other ones, there's now Tensor, and then Unital have been the two that have tried to piggyback off the backs of Potensor itself. And Unital is on Uniswap you could trade it on. Another one is a Leaf Zero. I've loved a Leaf Zero since almost the beginning of time. I was in and out. I saw when I was trading that OTC, and now it's sitting at around like $1.60. That's one I'm probably going to throw a decent stack at, because a Leaf Zero and Potensor kind of have been my two big convictions that I've loved for a while. I want to see what they continue to do. And you can get it on Mexi. That's usually where I trade a lot of my stuff. I'll put it on, probably buy it on Mexi, throw it in the Leaf Zero wallet, and just kind of call it a day at that. I have not done research on Leaf Zero in a minute. I just love what they have been doing in the beginning. Their vision that they had was one. I've seen kind of how a lot of this has unfolded, but of course as new shiny objects come out, some of the older ones become forgotten, and that's kind of just how the narrative always plays out. Going into another one that I believe people should pay attention to, it's two. So it's DITH and then SNS. They're both on Solana, so SBL tokens. You can exchange them, do all that stuff on Bird Eye, and you'll be set and good to go. DITH is the lower of the two market caps, so I would pay attention to that one. And I just got into DITH a day or two ago. SNS I was in a while ago, got out. Clearly it had a massive run up. And then I just got back in. I think those are two plays that people should kind of look out for and pay attention to. And then to wrap this all up, NMT and SMH. So NMT has had talks about they're going to be at the NVIDIA AI conference that's happening in 2 weeks, which is one of those buy up until the event. I'm probably going to sell before the event, which I know a lot of other people typically do. I'll probably sell 75 to 80% of my position and then just let the small amount ride, however that ends up going. But that's kind of my goal over there, just to see what happens with that. So yeah, that's that one. And then SMH Space Mesh, you can get that on Safe Trade. That's where I got it. It was currently, last I checked, around $6. And that's one that as the market goes up, it might not run with the market, but it will go up as well. So kind of pay attention to that one. Yeah, that's kind of my initial thoughts as I do the first Rolling with Haze, kind of just explaining to you all what's been going on with some of the market, where my mindset's been at, what I've been looking at. Again, congrats to anyone that got W. They're saying that pit stakers are going to be able to get an allocation of W, which is clutch. I have over 1,000 pit staked, so I'm hoping that I get some sort of W allocation. I don't know, give me as much as some of those other communities got. That'd be kind of cool. And then Jupe, last I saw, was over 60 cents too. So that's another one that people should pay attention to, look into. Jupiter's going to have its run. If Solana's going to run, Jupiter's going to run, Pith is going to run, Bonk and Whiff are going to run. They're all going to go together. Rising tide lifts all ships, and that tide right now is Solana. So as Solana goes up, all the rest will go up. But in order for Solana to go up, Bitcoin will have to have a run, which it has done. And if it just shows it consolidates in this area, people will move their funds from Bitcoin into other cryptos, and that's when the alts have their fun. Same way we like to play in the kid sandbox, which are the altcoins. The big boys play in that big sandbox, so they have a ton of Bitcoin, and they can make beautiful gains off of the Bitcoin that they have, move that in, and then that's when we kind of get to have our fun. So it's kind of chilling in. It's like chilling in a kiddie pool and waiting for your parents to put the water in so you all can have the fun. That's what we had to do for so long. We were prepping all our stuff in the kiddie pool, so when the parents put the water in, we can go rock out, and that's what's happening right now. So make sure you stick with your convictions. Have your enjoyment now, because it's going to be our time in the fun for the rest of this year. Until next time, this is Hayes, AO Shifty, Rolling with Hayes. We out.